And welcome back to Company Growth Partner. My name is Jason. I am a branding expert, marketing human. I'm here with
Matt, and I'm a revenue operations specialist, entrepreneur, and media buyer. And we are here to talk about the state of the economy.
and we'd like to talk
Yep.
about how the economic uncertainty we're all experiencing is crushing online businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's like one takeaway from this video, businesses who had issues with not hitting KPI, those are the businesses who are being impacted the most, right? Because when
hmm
there's no wiggle room, like that's when you really see issues in times like this, because the economic uncertainties reduce transactional frequency. And because of that, you might be experiencing some issues in your business.
Yeah, a lot of businesses are experiencing a level of uncertainty is the best word, I think, that we've found in terms of how people are describing the economic situation right now. There's just a level of uncertainty as to how things are going to go, whether it's the election in November or
Yep.
just whether or not we're actually headed toward the recession everybody's been hinting at for a while. Those types of things have been affecting every aspect of business, but we at Company Growth Partner have seen how that kind of uncertainty can affect online businesses, our clients, the people we work with.
Yep.
So we want to dive into the nitty gritty of how exactly we've seen this type of economic uncertainty negatively impact our clients, these online businesses who, like Matt was just saying, were likely struggling to hit certain KPIs before there was this kind of uncertainty. And then the uncertainty hits and things get even worse.
Yeah, more often than not, what happens is you can run a business with very little wiggle room. And a lot of entrepreneurs are risk takers, right? But then once you start the business, I mean, your number one job is A, obviously to make money, but B, make sure that you mitigate risk at all costs. If we're talking about like online businesses, because for all online businesses, sales conversion rate is going to be one of the KPIs, right? Or one of the things the business looks at in order to ensure that everything is fine. So let's assume that your KPI is, I don't know, for online service based businesses, like if you're like a coach, for example, maybe your close rate is like 50%. If you're an e-commerce store or, you're selling like digital goods, whatever, maybe it's 3%, right? But then you've been kind of at like 1% if you do something like if you sell something online, like products, whatever, and then, you're dropping down to like maybe you're closing at like 30 to 40%. And it's fine, right? Because you're still making money. But then what happens when something comes in that is completely out of your control and you have been told by several of your partners, managers, uh, whoever that is, that things are not going to pan out. And the person is literally like, the person has been a siren for months
hmm
and now it's too late to act, or something bad is going to happen. It's like, it's super important to understand. You can literally go bankrupt in a situation like this. You have to heed your people's warnings when they're saying things are not panning out and you're not hitting KPI, because in times like this, it's very difficult to actually get back on track because the rules are getting stricter, right? So that's really that big piece of the pie that a lot of people have to like really drill into and understand, because otherwise it's going to be like really tough, especially coming up to November. Absolutely, we don't really exactly know like what's going to happen in the future, and we absolutely have to be ready for it. And we need to be ready for it, and we can be ready for it by hitting our KPIs, right?
Well, and paying attention to the right ones, because you were making a very good point about integrators, operators, having people around you as a business owner and an entrepreneur who are steeped in the data and who are your technical people, and how they can sort of become your canary in a coal mine to tell you, hey, this one KPI that you don't think is very important, it's going to become very important if things get a little wonky in the bigger picture of things, which we're now seeing the greater economic situations getting weird and uncomfortable and people don't know where things are headed. And one of our clients was for a while refusing to hear us out on the importance of a KPI regarding appointment cost, right? They were
Yeah,
ignoring
I
us on
mean,
appointment cost, and eventually we had to say, okay, well, that's fine that you can close these appointments, but if the cost stays this high and the economy gets even more uncertain, your closing rate will drop and that appointment cost will stay high.
it's basic math. Like, okay, you're profitable. Awesome, you're making money. But then in an ideal scenario, you want to make sure that all of your numbers are optimized. You cannot just ignore one number because it's fine. Like that's like if there's like one thing that will fuck you if there's going to be a recession, it's going to be that. Because you're
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't care. I don't want to listen to my media buyer. I don't want to listen to my CFO. Who are they to tell me what to do? It's my business. Well, maybe you're not gonna have a business if you're thinking like that. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's so important because it can literally take you out. I've seen it. I've seen it in 2021 when Apple introduced, the new privacy laws. Meta has taken a massive hit. They had to literally rebuild their entire ad infrastructure in the media buying world. We did have a recession, big time, right? A lot of online businesses suffered and got completely bullied out of Facebook and Instagram from a paid perspective because they were not listening.
And they weren't fully prepared, and then things got uncertain,
No.
and
And then shit hit the fan. We weren't sure what to do. It affected a lot of businesses. And that was only Meta, right? Now it's the entire economy. So, we have to be even more aware because we're not going to know like how it's going to hit us and from where. And we have to be absolutely prepared. Probably the only thing we can really do is hit KPIs and also make sure that you have cash in hand.
absolutely. If you need help looking at your KPIs or understanding whether or not your cash flow is benefiting all of your business, you should click the link in our bio. We'd love to talk to you about your business. Company Growth Partner.
Absolutely. Talk to you soon. Bye.